Good morning, namaste. A little late. I was having some technical difficulties. My tablet wasn't cooperating. So today we're going to do an all-level mat yoga class. Just basic things. Anybody can do it. You can modify. If you want blocks, you can use blocks. If you have a strap, you can use a strap. And I'll be right back, so just get yourself ready. Definitely need a mat. If you have bony knees and you're on a hard surface, you might want to crisscross, have 2 mats underneath your knees, underneath where you're sitting. If you have any wrist issues, you don't want a big thick mat because then you're hyperextending your wrists. You want them to be flat or fairly flat so you don't put extra pressure through the wrists. All right. So you have a few minutes. Go ahead and get ready. I'll be right back. I'm back. Just want to remember your water. I'm going to get my water. Remember, at any time you need water, please stop and get some. Open the window. Okay, we're going to start standing today. Who's here? Hi, guys. Yay, Barb, you're here. Also, if you ever want to do something special or any certain poses, you can just put I won't be able to see them now. Put some comments in, and then next time we do them, we'll be doing a mat yoga again on Thursday or next Tuesday. Trying to keep on these schedules of mat yoga or some form of Pilates yoga on Thursday, mat yoga on Tuesdays. Okay, so let's come to the front of our mats. Start to stand up nice and tall. And remember, if you haven't been doing this for a while, I know some of you haven't, just listen to your body and do what feels right. You're in your own space. If there's something that you don't feel comfortable doing, go into a child's pose or do something that you feel good for the day. Let's start to stand up nice and tall. Gently close our eyes. Feet hip width apart, pointing forward. Start to feel the stressors of the day, the week, the month gently start to flow and fall away. Bringing the arms down along our sides. Bring the shoulders up in the ears as we breathe in, exhale, let them drop. Reaching the fingers towards the earth. As we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Expanding the back of the throat, the Ujjayi breath. Listen to the breath. Maybe we're all at the beach now. Feel our feet, just kind of our toes wiggling, sinking into the sand. This is our virtual beach. The sun is shining, a little bit coming out through the clouds. Just wiggle those toes. Let them sink in a little bit deeper. Really feeling that connection to the earth. Feeling all four corners connecting. And then feeling those roots growing deep, deep down into the earth. Spreading like roots of a tree. Connect with each root. Feel each one as it navigates its course. Going towards water, going towards another one's roots. So we're in search of connection, nourishment, love as we sink even deeper into the heart of Mother Earth. Bring the palms together and the hands to heart center. I'm going to stay here, mountain pose, connecting with our breath. As we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Expanding the back of the throat. Hearing those ocean waves flowing in and out through the back of the throat. Flowing in, feel them as they flow up through the bottoms of our feet. And also flowing down through the roots, nourishing us as it flows the whole way up through our bodies. Flowing up each part of our body, feeling that nourishment to our ankles and our knees and our joints, hips, lower back or spine, each vertebrae, flowing the whole way up. Feel this lengthening as a cord at the top of the head pulls us up towards the sun, towards the light. And then on the exhale, feel it flowing down, cleansing and clearing, letting the shoulders relax. Still palms together, hands to heart center. Flowing down through our heart space. Down, rinsing our joints, flowing down into Mother Earth. It's like a bath. Continue this this breath as it flows up and down through the body, starting to connect, opening up through the belly and the rib cage and the heart space. Each wave comes in through the back of the throat, nourishing. Each wave flows out as the exhale, letting go of toxins, emptying our minds, clearing our thoughts, cleansing and letting go. What do we want to let go of? Let it flow out to the sea, to the bottoms of our feet, flowing up and down our bodies. In through the nose, out through the nose, connecting with that diaphragmatic breath as we really open and expand the belly and the rib cage and the heart center. And on the exhale, let the chest deflate, ribs close, as the belly deflates, feeling anchored and grounded even deeper. Let's put a smile on our face. Nice big grin. Letting go all the worries of the day. Gently open our eyes. Swooping the arms up to the sky. Turn the palms away as we sweep the arms down, nice and slow. Reaching the fingers towards the earth. Rolling the shoulders up and around and down. Breathing in, up and around and down. And up and around and down. Reversing direction, nice big shoulder rolls. Loosening up any tension that's hanging on. Breaking it up, letting it go. Palms facing in, sweeping the arms up. Sweeping the arms the whole way around. If you have any restrictions here, stay with the shoulders. Sweeping the arms up and around and down. Up and around and down. Now we're going to bring our palms together and bring the forearms up. And then keep the palm, or at least the fingertips together. Bring the elbows out and down. It's almost kind of like a swim. Elbows out, fingertips together, bringing the arms down. Working the lymph. Feeling that opening through the armpits, through the chest. Up and around and down. Now reversing direction. So we bring the elbows up, palms together, and then bring the elbows down. Breathing in, elbows up, palms together, forearms together. One more time here. Keep those fingertips connected. Now bringing the arms the whole way down. If you can, full arm windmills, up and around and down. Really feel that opening through the heart, shoulder blades together. Up and around. Now palms together, hands back to heart center. Pressing the shoulders down. Let's lift the right heel and lower. Left heel and lower. Right heel and lower. Left heel and lower. Right heel and lower. Left heel and lower. Sweeping the arms up and back. Press the hips forward. Bring it. Hands to the thighs. Half fold. Lengthen the spine as we breathe in. Bending the knees. Lowering the hips and then round and roll up. Tucking the chin. One vertebrae at a time. Sweeping the arms up. Palms together. Sinking down in a little chair pose. Start to feel those legs. Activating. Pull that pelvic floor up and in. Core is engaged. Sweeping the arms up and back. Press the hips forward. Exhaling. Sweeping the arms down. This time maybe hands to the shins. No pressure on the knees. Lower the hips. Hands on our thighs. Open up through the chest. As we breathe in, exhale. Round and roll up. Tucking the chin. One vertebrae at a time. Sweeping the arms up. Palms together. Sinking down in the chair pose. Keeping that spine long. It's at a slight angle. We're not tipping the tailbone under or lifting it up. Extending the arms. Receiving the breath. Bring the palms back together. We're going to shift our weight over to that right leg. Lift that left heel. Lower the heel. Come back to center. And shift over to that left leg. Lift that right heel. Lower the heel. Come back to center. Release. Sweep the arms up and back. Press the hips forward. Exhaling. Leading with the chest coming down a little bit deeper. We're going to grab our opposite elbow with our opposite hand. Just feel all the gravity starting to release. You can bend your knees slightly if you like. If you're feeling that stretch the back of the legs, you want to lighten it. Bend the knees a little. You're going to start to sway back and forth from side to side like an elephant swaying its trunk. If that doesn't feel right, just stay right where you are. Feeling that gentle release to the lower back. Into the nose and out to the nose. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Let's lower the hips a little bit more. Let your torso rest on your thighs. Feel your legs supporting. So we're supporting each other. Let's start to feel the lower back opening up. Lower back, middle back, opening up through the shoulders. And on the exhale, just let the arms hang, supporting each elbow. Bring the hands to the thighs, open up to the chest, round and roll up, tucking the chin, one vertebrae at a time, sweeping the arms up, palms together, hands to heart center. I'm going to come to the sides. You guys are facing forward. Sweeping the arms up and back, press the hips forward, exhaling, leading with the chest, sweep the arms down, gentle fold. Lift the chest, bring the right leg back into a runner's lunge, drop to the right knee. Now if you want blocks, you can use blocks here. Right hand underneath the shoulder. Watch that front knee. Sweep that left arm up to the sky. Follow with your head and gaze, looking up that arm as we breathe in into a spinal twist. Exhale as we sweep it down. Walking ourselves up onto that left thigh. Bring our fists to our lower back gently. Press the hips forward. Feel that right hip flexor stretch. Gauge your core. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Reach up and let the shoulders relax, sinking down. So we press the hips forward in the hip flexor. Sweeping the arms down behind the back and lock the fingers open up to the chest as we breathe in. And on the exhale, coming forward onto that left thigh. Bringing the arms up behind us. Bring the hands to the mat. Bring the left knee back to meet the right. Come back into child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Bring the hips back over the heels. Extend the arms out in front. Let everything release. Receive a breath in here. And on the exhale, shift the hips over to the right. Pressing away from that left thigh. Coming back to center. Let's flip our toes and raise our hips in a down dog. Bring the hips up to the sky. Release through the fingers. Relax the shoulders. Bend the knees. Bring the heels up. I'm going to walk the dog, lowering the right heel. And the left. And the right. And the left. And the right. And the left. Let's lift the chest. First, let's walk forward towards the front of the mat. Lower the hips, hands on our thighs, open up to the chest. Exhale, round and roll up, tucking the chin, one vertebrae at a time. Sweep the arms up, palms together, sinking back down into chair pose. Sweep the arms up and back, press the hips forward, exhaling, leading with the chest as we sweep the arms down. Lift the chest, bring the left leg back. It's time into that runner's lunge. Watch that front knee, drop to that left knee. Stay here. You can use that block if you like, underneath that left hand. Right arm down along the side, sweep it up to the sky. Follow with your head and gaze. Reaching up, looking up that arm as we breathe in. And on the exhale, sweeping that arm back down. Gauge the core as we walk ourselves up onto that right thigh. Bring our fists to our lower back. Gently press the hips forward, bringing the elbows back. Opening up through the chest, the heart space. Engage the core, sweep the arms up into sunbird. Reaching up and let the shoulders relax as we shift forward a little bit deeper. Sweeping the arms down behind the back, interlock the fingers as we breathe in. On the exhale, coming forward onto that right thigh, bring the arms up behind us. Bring the hands to the mat. Bring the right knee back. Meet the left into tabletop. If you're in tabletop, it bothers your wrist, come onto your fists with your thumbs pointing forward. Create that stabilization, pull the belly into the spine. As we breathe in, round and arch into cat. Pressing away from the mat, tucking the chin. Coming back into tabletop. And back into child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Bring the hips back over the heels. Extend the arms out in front. Let everything release. Receive a breath. And on the exhale, shift the hips to the left this time. Pressing away from that right thigh. And coming back to center. Flip our toes and raise our hips in a down dog. Bring the hips up to the sky, releasing through the fingers, relaxing the shoulders. Remember, you don't need to force the heels down. You have the option of bending the knees. And let's bring that right leg up behind us, three-legged down dog. And on the exhale, bring it back down. Bring those hips up a little higher, bring the left leg up behind, three-legged down dog. Exhale as you bring it back down, bring the hips up a little higher, lift the chest. Let's walk forward again. So this is always an option to coming forward. You can always walk. Lower the hips, hands on our thighs, open up through the chest as we breathe in. Exhale, round and roll up, tucking the chin, one vertebrae at a time, sweeping the arms up, palms together, sinking down into chair pose. We're going to do a little balance here. So I'm going to stay here in chair pose. Shoulders relaxed, core is engaged, pelvic floor is engaged. Shift that weight back over to that right leg. Either just staying here with the left heel lifted, or if we can, bring that left knee up. Rotating that foot. 3 times one way, and 3 times the other way. And then bringing the toes down, and then bringing the heel down back to center. Receiving a breath, sweeping the arms up and back, press the hips forward, exhaling, leading with the chest, sweep the arms down, gentle fold. Coming up halfway, lengthen the spine, lowering the hips, open up through the chest, and round and roll up, tucking the chin, sweeping the arms up, sinking back down into chair pose. Keep that pelvic floor engaged, shift the weight over that left leg, lift the right heel. You're perfectly fine staying here, or bring that right knee up, rotating that foot 3 times one way. Set your gaze on something out in front, not moving. 3 times the other way. We really deeply rooted at the beginning. I know, I feel it. I feel more rooted right now. Bring that right toes back down, ball the foot, and then the heel back to center. Sweeping your arms up and back, press the hips forward. Exhale, leading with the chest, sweeping the arms down. Gentle fold. Coming up halfway, lengthen the spine, lower the hips, open up to the chest, round and roll up, tucking the chin, one vertebrae at a time, sweeping the arms up, palms together, hands to heart center. We're going to go through some faster sun salutations now, so if you want your blocks, go ahead. If you need any water, go ahead. I'm going to turn sideways. Remember, go at your own pace also. Feet hip width apart, sweeping the arms up and back. Press the hips forward, exhaling, leading with the chest. Sweep the arms down, gentle fold. Lift the chest, bring the right leg back into a runner's lunge. Watch the front knee, bring the left leg back to meet it in the plank. Knees or no knees. Remember to keep that alignment in the body. Elbows in and down into chaturanga, in a hover. Hold the hover for a breath and down to the mat. Keep the elbows in, hands by the breast line, press forward, pushing up into cobra. Back into child's pose. Feet together, knees apart, bring the hips back over the heels, extend the arms out in front. Receive a breath in here. Let's flip our toes and raise our hips into down dog. Bringing the hips up to the sky, release through the fingers, relax the shoulders. Bring the right leg up behind, 3-legged down dog. If you can, bring it up in one step or drop to the left knee. Don't compromise that right knee. And then lift that left knee. Engage the core as we bring that left leg forward to meet the right. Slowly rolling up, tucking the chin one vertebrae at a time. Swooping the arms up, palms together. Sinking down in the chair. We're going to add a chair twist. So while we're in chair pose, we'll do one side now. Maintaining this chair stance. Receive a breath. On the exhale, gently twisting to the right. Bring that left elbow or forearm to the outside of that left thigh. And then open those arms up. Keep the head above the heart. Fingers reaching up and down as we breathe in, opening the heart, looking towards the right wall. Exhale as we bring our palms together, pointing our fingers to the side. Breathing in as we open. Exhale together. If you can't go the whole way down, you can come up a little higher. Opening up. And then just bring that right palm in. One more time. Opening up. Palms together. Keep yourself in prayer. Core is engaged as we come back up. Stay in chair pose. Receive a breath. And then release. Sweeping the arms up and back. Pressing the hips forward. Exhaling, leading with the chest. Sweep the arms down. Gentle fold. Coming up halfway. Lengthen the spine. Exhale as we come back down. Lift the chest. Bring the left leg back into a runner's lunge. Watch that front knee. Bring the right leg back to meet it into a plank. Knees or no knees. Engage your core. Exhale as we bring that down into chaturanga. Elbows against the ribs. And then down to the mat. Elbows in, press forward, pushing up into cobra. Back into child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Hips back over the heels. Extending arms out in front. Let everything release. Let's flip our toes and raise our hips into down dog. Bringing the hips up to the sky. Releasing through the fingers, relaxing the shoulders. Remember to release through those fingertips. And you can bend those knees if you like. Bring that left leg up behind, three-legged down dog. On the exhale, if it feels right, you can bring it up in one step or drop to that right knee and walk it forward. Then when this left knee is in position, bring that right knee up. Come into that low lunge. Engage the core as we come back to center. Hands on our thighs, open up to the chest. Round and roll up, tucking the chin. Sweeping the arms up, palms together, sinking down into chair pose. I'm going to stay here and do the other side. Core is engaged, pelvic floor is engaged. Receive a breath, gently twisting to the left. So deeper for our upper arm, elbows on the outside of that left thigh, or you can open up and bring that forearm onto the thigh. We're going to open up anyway, fingertips from floor to ceiling, looking towards that left wall. Spine is long. Hips up behind, receive a breath, bring the palms together, hands to heart center. If you can't come down real far, open up. Receiving a breath, and then just bring that left palm in. Keeping that right arm extended. Breathing in as we open. Exhale, together. Sending love out. And then one more time, we're going to open up. Receiving a breath. Exhale, palms together. Core is engaged as we come back to chair pose. Sweeping your arms up and sweeping your arms down. You can do another little balance move here. Pull that pelvic floor in, the belly into the spine. Shift our weight over to that right leg. Bring that left knee up. Extend the leg. And bend. And extend. And bend. And extend. And bend. Bring our left hand to the knee. Right arm out to the side. See if we can open it out to the side. And bring it back in. We're going to do a little hand to knee, or hand to toe. See if we can reach that toe, extend the leg. Bring that right arm out to steady yourself. Maybe out to the side. So we breathe in, and then bring that knee back in. If you can't extend the leg, just hold the toe. And back to center. It's okay if you wobble. It's easy, and it's good to shift your gaze on something, not moving out in front. So now that you know what you're doing, probably not looking at me. Shifting your weight over that left leg. Core is engaged. Bring that right knee up. And extend. And bend. And extend. You can also lightly tap a wall or a chair or something close by too. Extend. And bend. Bring that right hand to the knee. Bring that left arm out to the side. See if we can open that knee out to the side. Bring it back to center. Now see if we can reach down, grab the toe. And if you can, sometimes when I talk through it, going into it quicker is a little bit easier. Opening up. So now we're maintaining that balance. Hand to toe. Receive a breath. Or staying here, the knee bent. Bringing that right foot back down. Coming back to center. So again, you can always use a wall with that. Let's walk the feet as wide as the mat, feet angled to the side and the front. We're going to come into a plie squat, knees stay behind the toes. Lower and lift. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in as we lower. Exhale, lift. Let's lower. Bring our right hand to that waist. Sweep that left arm up and over and up and down. We'll do 2 more of these. And up and over. Create that arch. Up and over. Stay here, look up, and you should see your elbow above you. And then exhale as we look down. Head back to center. Bring that left hand back down and lift. And lower. Stay here. Left hand to that waist or thigh. Sweep that right arm up and over and up and down and up and over and up and down and up and over. Hold this here. Look up towards the sky. Looking up towards the elbow as we breathe in. And on the exhale, looking down towards the mat. Head back to center. Right hand down. And extend. Let's walk. Let's bring the heels behind the toes so the feet are wide. And if you do have a block, you might want to place it in the center of the mat. So when we fold, it'll be underneath your nose. Remember, any folds, if they don't feel right, do something else. Let's bring the hands behind the back. Interlock the fingers. Open up through the chest. Keep the spine long. Hinge at the hips as we fold forward. Nice long spine. Bring the arms up behind us. And then position that block underneath your nose. You may not need the block as high as you would have at the beginning, so you see where it feels right. Right hand on the block, left arm down along the side. And just sweep that left arm out to the side. Fall with your head and gaze. Exhale back to center. Each time going up a little bit higher. You go at your own pace. Little spinal twist. Exhale back to center. Don't force anything. Coming up a little bit higher as we breathe in. Exhale back to center. If we can, bring it the whole way up, reaching up to the sky. Receiving a breath. If you don't need the block, you don't need to use the block. Just a nice support. Receiving a breath. And bringing everything back to center. Might want to start with the block. Now the left hand is on the block underneath the nose. So you have that alignment. Right arm down. Sweeping it out to the side. Fall with your head and gaze as we breathe in. Exhale back to center. Breathe in as we sweep it up a little bit higher. Exhale as we lower. Breathe in, sweep it up a little bit higher yet. Exhale, lower. Now let's flow the whole way up if we can, reaching up to the sky, looking up that arm. So we breathe in. And when we look down, if we want to remove the block or go a little bit lower, we can. Feel that opening, that alignment. And bringing both hands down. I'm going to stay here with the legs wide, do a little wide leg down dog. We walk the hands out. No pressure on the palms. Shoulders are loose. And we got to sink our hips back behind the heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Weights in the hips and the heels. Feel this release. Receiving a breath. Now we're going to bring the arms in. Turn the palms up and we're going to extend them back between the legs. Tucking our chin, looking back between our legs to our open palms. Just letting the arms hang. Let the shoulders become nice and loose. Feel this releasing down the back of the legs. Firmly planted and rooted. In through the nose. And out through the nose. Let's bring the hands back to center. Let's walk the feet together. Hip width apart. Lower the hips, hands on our thighs. Open up through the chest as we breathe in. And round and roll out, tucking the chin one vertebrae at a time, sweeping the arms up, palms together, sinking down into chair pose. And releasing. I'm going to do some more sun salutations here, a couple more. I always need to adjust my mats. If you need any water, good water break, especially after doing those balance moves. I'm burning calories too. All right. Coming forward, to the front of the mat for you guys. Sweeping the arms up and back, press the hips forward, exhaling, sweeping the arms down, gentle fold, lift the chest, bring the right leg back into a runner's lunge. Bring that left knee back to meet it, into plank. I'm going to stay here, receive a breath, elbows in, come down into chaturanga, in a hover, down to the mat. Keep the elbows in, press forward, pushing up into cobra. Let's flip our toes, raise our hips into down dog, bring the hips up to the sky, release through the fingers, and then walk our hands back to the back of the mat. Lower the hips, hands on our thighs, open up through the chest. And then sweeping the arms up into chair pose. Core is engaged. With the breath in, releasing, sweeping the arms up and down. We're going to step forward this time with the right leg. I'm going to face this way. Stepping forward into a little pyramid pose. So the back heel is behind the toes. Level those hips. You feel they're to the side, shift them forward. Shoulders above the hips, both feet pointing forward. Adjust your legs if you need to. Let's bring the arms out in front. Palms together, shoulders relaxed. Bring the arms up overhead. And then down and behind the back. Interlock the fingers. Open up through the chest. You can stay here or keep the spine long, hinge at the hips, and fold halfway. Engage your core as we come back up. Let's shift forward through that front knee, and we're going to angle that back foot now. Little warrior one. Gently pivoting the hip forward, sweeping the arms up. Shoulders relaxed, opening up now. You want to feel all four corners of your feet connected, and if that back pinky toe, if that foot rolls in, you want to press that back pinky toe down. Really feel that connection. And then feel that opening up through the hips, through that right knee. Receiving the breath. Bring the palms together, hands to heart center, sinking the shoulders down. Sweeping the arms up. Pretty little arch if that feels right. If it doesn't feel good, don't arch. Palms back together, hands to heart center. Remember to smile, receive a breath. We're going to pivot that back foot to the left side. So we open up into warrior two. Relax the shoulders, feel those hips opening, feet perpendicular, and then look out over that front arm. Reaching through those fingers, shoulders are relaxed. Receive a breath. On the exhale, sweep the back arm down the back of the leg, front arm up and over like a C. Reaching up as we breathe in, right hand to the thighs, sweep the back arm up the wall and reach up. Again, alignment, hip underneath the shoulder, reaching up to the sky. Now see if we can come down onto that forearm. Looking up that arm as we breathe in, on the exhale, scooping that arm down. One time, follow with your head and gaze, sweep the arm up, reach up, and then sweep it down the back of the leg. Keep the front knee bent, sweep the front arm up and over. Reaching up as we breathe in, right hand or forearm onto the thigh, bringing that arm back up, and this time extend it out past our ear. Reaching through those fingers, rotating that left hand. 3 times one way, 3 times the other way. Reach through those fingers. Feel that stretch to the left side as we breathe in. And on the exhale, we're going to pivot everything back to the mat. Remember, you can always use your blocks. Extend that back leg behind. Watch that front knee. Let's bring that right leg back to meet it in a plank. Receive a breath. Bring that left leg forward. Engage the core. Bring the right leg forward into fold. Slowly rolling up, tucking the chin, one vertebrae at a time. Sweeping your arms up, palms together. Coming down into chair pose. Sweeping your arms up and back, press the hips forward, exhaling, leading with the chest, sweep the arms down, gentle fold. Lift the chest, bring the left leg back into a runner's lunge. Watch that front knee. Bring the right leg back to meet it in the plank. Engage the core, elbows in as we come down into chaturanga in a hover. Down to the mat, elbows in, press forward, push up into cobra. Exhale, flip the toes, raise the hips into down dog, bring the hips up to the sky. Releasing through the fingers, relaxing the shoulders. Bring the hips up a little bit higher. Really feel that release through your fingertips. Remember, you can always bend those knees. And then walking our hands back to the back of the mat. To that fold. Lower the hips, hands on our thighs, open up through the chest. Exhale, round and roll up, tucking the chin, one vertebrae at a time, sweeping your arms up, palms together. Sinking down into chair pose again. Doing a lot of chair poses today. I love chair pose. It's a nice activation through the legs, connecting with the earth, stabilizing. And then releasing, sweeping your arms up and down. I'm going to turn the other way. So from the back of the mat, we're going to step forward with the left leg and bring that right leg in part way. So check to see where that right heel is. It's not angled in yet. We want it out behind. And you might need to shorten the distance of the pyramid. Bring those hips so they're stable. Core is engaged. Bring the arms out in front. This time just bring them out to the side. Exhale back to center. Breathe in, sweep them up overhead. Exhale, down behind. Interlock the fingers, open up through the chest, keep the spine long. You can stay here or hinge it to hips and fold halfway. Feel that extra stretch back of that front leg, engage the core as we come back up. And then release. Hands to your waist. Shift forward through that front knee. Angle that back foot. Gently pivot the hips forward, sweeping the arms up to the sky. Shoulders relaxed, slight rotation of the arms, heart is open. Receiving a breath, big smile on our face, bring our palms together, hands to heart center, sinking the shoulders down. Feel that back pinky toe if it started to come up. It's easy to want to press that ball of the foot in. Feel that connection, spread out all four corners, and then feel that opening across the hips, down through that left knee. Sweep the arms up. If it doesn't bother your back, you can create a little arch, heart opening. And then bring the palms back together, hands to heart center. We're going to come into Warrior Two, receive a breath, pivot the back foot only, and then open those arms front and back. Look out over that front arm. Hips open again. I'm at a slight angle, so it looks a little weird. Hips open against the wall, front knee bent behind the toes. Receive a breath in here, and then on the exhale, allow yourself to feel the earth underneath your feet. Forget anything that's going on around you as you deepen and gently just go a little bit deeper. Feel that opening. Receive a breath. On the exhale, sweep the back arm down the back of the leg, front arm up and over like a C. Reach up as we breathe in. Bring that left hand to the thigh. Sweep the back arm up the wall. Remember that wall. Everything's in alignment. Hip underneath the shoulder. Look up as we breathe in. Then on the exhale, come down onto that forearm. Reach up as we breathe in one time, sweeping that arm down underneath the leg. Fall with your head and gaze. Breathe in as we sweep it up against the wall. And on the exhale, we're going to sweep it down the back of the leg, front arm up and over like a C, opening the heart. Reach up as we breathe in. Bring that left hand or forearm onto the thigh. Sweep the back arm up and reach up to the sky. Breathing in. On the exhale, extend the arm up past our ear. So arm and leg, one diagonal line. Reaching through those fingers. Rotate that right hand. 3 times one way. If you look up, you should see your elbow there. 3 times the other way. Reaching towards that front of the room. Reaching forward. Feel that deep stretch the whole right side as we breathe in. Then on the exhale, we're going to pivot everything back to the mat. Watch that front knee. Bring that right leg back. And then we're going to bring that right leg forward and bring that left leg back. Again, into that lunge. Now drop to that left knee. Bring the right knee back to meet it, coming back into tabletop. Back into tabletop. Hands underneath the shoulders or your fists. Knees underneath the hips. Pull that belly into the spine. And exhale, round and arch in a cat. We're going to slowly roll the whole way up onto those knees. Knees hip width apart. If you don't like being on your knees, you can put a blanket underneath. You can stand up also. Arms down along our sides, or you can be seated. Sweeping the arms up and around and down again. Nice big opening. We want to feel a little bit more open this time. Up and around, or the shoulders or the elbows. Up and around and down. We're going to bring our fists to our lower back. Press the hips forward. Bring the elbows back, opening the heart. We don't lean back. We don't want to go back like this, all right? We want to stay here, shoulders above the knees. I feel that deeper opening to the front of the hips as we breathe in. And then gently coming back into rock pose. Hips back over the heels. Bring the torso to the thighs. Arms back alongside. Forehead on the mat. We're going to go from here into hare pose. So what we'll be doing, you might want to adjust the head. Stay here first for a couple breaths. Just feel everything releasing. Lower back, middle back, shoulders. In through the nose and out through the nose. And another breath in. Now we're going to lift the hips. You might, like I said, need to adjust the head because we're going to come to the crown of the head. All right? So you're looking back between the legs. Palms open up. Shoulders are lifted. Hips above the knees. You don't want your head at an angle, so if it feels really uncomfortable, again, you can always come out of this. Or make sure the crown of the head is centered. Taking a breath. Hands underneath the shoulders. And I'm going to sink back into hero pose. If you have any knee issues, just come to seated. This is good for the knees, tendons, and ligaments as we have our knees bent here. Sinking our hips back over our heels. Interlock the fingers behind the back. Open up through the chest. Taking a breath now, leading with the heart as we come forward onto our thighs. Bring the arms up behind us. Forehead to the mat. And the breath, extending the arms out in front. And we're going to extend the right leg back. Press through the ball of the foot. I'll show you here. Press through the ball of the foot, lifting the heel, and then sinking back. Again, if that's too much on that knee, and then come up onto those hands. So we're not going into a deep pigeon. We're just keeping that left heel underneath our hip. Gaze out in front, opening the heart, extending that right leg back. Curl the toes under so we press through that back heel. And then bringing that right knee back in. Extending the left leg. Press through the ball of the foot, curl the toes under, and just sinking, sliding back where it feels right for you. And then bringing your hands back with you so you press the hips down, open through the heart. Another breath in. Bringing that left knee back in, coming back into a child's pose. Now we're going to open those knees a little bit wider. Opening the hips, keep the feet together. Let your torso come down to the mat, opening up. Another breath in. And then gently pressing ourselves back to seated. And we're coming to seated on the mat. If you need any water, grab some water. I drink a lot of water. All right. So we're going to extend that left leg. Let's bring the bottom of the right foot. So the leg's going to be like a part of a Y. Bottom of the right foot's on the inside. That left thigh. I'm going to do a little ear to knee, hand to toe. We're going to work our way down. So let's receive a breath in. Upper body's nice and tall. Shoulders above the hips. No pressure on the knees. Start to slide that left hand down that leg as we bring that right arm up and over. Sweep that right arm up. Bring the hand to the mat. Stay grounded as you sweep that left arm up. Reaching up, looking up. As we breathe in. Now again, sliding down. This time, each time we come a little bit deeper. Arching that right arm over. Reaching towards the toes. Sweep that right arm up, bring the hand to the mat. You can stay here or you can lift the hips. Come onto that right knee, bring the left arm up. Left leg's extended. Receive a breath. And on the exhale, come back down. Connect the bottom of the foot, the inside of that thigh, and then reaching over, maybe going a little bit deeper. Maybe reaching towards the toes this time. Looking underneath that arm, sweeping that right arm up, bring the hand to the mat. You can stay grounded or lift the hips. Bring that left arm up. This time, reach up through the fingers. Now, bring that arm out across at a diagonal. So that arm and leg are in one diagonal line. Reach through those fingers as we breathe in. And on the exhale, coming back down. One more time, sliding down that leg. Bringing that right arm up and over. Going a little deeper. Feeling that stretch the whole way through that right thigh, through that right knee. Looking underneath the arm. Receive a breath. Now we're going to pivot. Keep our gaze out towards the toes. Come a little bit deeper. Receive a breath. Keep the spine long. Maybe you can go a little deeper yet. Go at your own pace. We're going to keep that left hand to the inside of the foot this time. And we're going to sweep this right arm in. Bring the elbow up. Extend the arm up to the sky. Looking up that arm like an L. Receive a breath. And engage the core. Bring everything back to center. Bring the arms down. Let's bring that left leg in to a little easy pose here. And if you can, maybe a little half lotus. Don't worry, we'll do the other side. If you can do half lotus, you bring the left foot on the inside of that right thigh. If you have any weird ankle issues, that might be too uncomfortable. So you could just maybe bring it in, not so deep, or just cross it. I'm going to do cow face with this. So sit up tall. The left foot's on top of the right inner thigh, so then we bring that right arm up. Bend the elbow, bring the fingers down. Left arm down, bend the elbow, bring the fingers up. Reach the fingers towards each other. Doesn't matter if they reach or not. Open up through the chest. Keep the spine long. You can stay here or you can come forward, hinging at the hips. Gaze out in front. Nice long spine. Listen to your body. Engage the pelvic floor and the core. So we come back up. And release. Other side. Bring that right leg out as part of a Y. Bottom of the left foot's the inside of that right thigh. Sit up tall. Shoulders above the hips. Remember our posture. Receive a breath. Start to slide that right hand down that thigh and then arch that left arm up and over. We're not coming close to those toes yet. Maybe you are if you have really long arms. Sweeping that left arm up and down. Stay grounded as we sweep that right arm up, reaching up. And then on the exhale, sweeping that arm back down. This time, reaching out and over a little bit deeper, almost to those toes. Sweep that left arm up and back down. You can stay grounded or lift the hips, sweeping that right arm up. Right leg's extended. Receive a breath. And exhale as we come back down. Continue to sweep that right arm down that leg, reaching that left arm up and over. Maybe we can reach the toes this time. Keep that arch so we're looking underneath that arm. Sweeping that left arm up and down. Stay grounded or lift the hips, sweeping that right arm up. First straight up from the shoulders, we breathe in, then out at an angle. So it's in alignment with the hip and that right leg. Reach. And that left hand is underneath the shoulder. You don't want it out in front of the shoulder or somewhere, so your foot, you don't want to give yourself any shoulder discomfort. And coming back down, one more time, sliding down, arching up and over. A little bit deeper, looking underneath that left arm. Now we're going to pivot, lengthen the spine, look past the toes, and come down a little deeper at your own pace. Don't force it. If you don't want to come any further than this is fine. Lengthen the spine, maybe a little bit deeper yet. Bring that right hand to the inside of the foot, extend that left arm, receive a breath, then gently draw this left elbow in, extend that left arm up to the sky like an L. Receive a breath, coming back to center. Now, we're going to bring that right leg in. This time, the right foot can come to the inside of that left inner thigh. That half lotus, or not. If you want to do full lotus, go ahead. My body doesn't do full lotus, never has. All right, then sweeping that left arm up, bend the elbow, bring the fingers down, right arm down, bend the elbow, bring the fingers up. Whether you reach them together or not is not important. One side's usually different than the other. Open up through the chest, press the pelvic floor into the mat. Shoulders are relaxed. If you want to come forward, keep that nice long spine like we're being pulled out of our seat. Engage the pelvic floor and the core as we come back up. Release, unwind, and the feet out in front. I'm going to turn sideways. I'm coming down to the mat. Hands to your shins. Come into a little V-sit. We'll do a little seated boat here. Little balance. Lift the knees. Core is engaged. Extend the arms. So you can either just stay here or we're going to do the reverse arm windmills from back to front. Up and around and down. Breathing in. Up and around and down. Breathing in, up and around and down. Receive a breath. Gaze out in front. Now bring the thighs in. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourselves a nice hug. Now see if we can come back into that seated boat. If you don't feel comfortable here, bring the feet down. As you see, you're still in that same position. See if we can extend the right leg and in. Left leg. Again, if you want the feet down, then have the feet planted. Right leg. Little core here. Core is engaged. Left leg. And in. We'll do one more. Right leg. And left leg. Receive a breath. Bring everything together. Give yourselves another hug. Tuck the chin. Bring the feet down. Bottoms of the feet together. I saw the most beautiful butterfly yesterday, so we will do some butterfly here. So butterfly, we bring the feet in a little bit closer. And you want to be open. If you can, interlock your fingers or bring your hands underneath your feet. Yes. And that automatically brings you into position as your tailbone lifts, chest is open. If you're arched like this, then you can also put a towel or your mat underneath you. So let's come forward, opening up to the chest as we breathe in. As we do that, we might be able to bring the heels back a little bit closer. And then bring our forearms to the inside of those thighs. And if you really want to open up a little bit deeper, gently press and open as we come forward. And those inner thighs opening. Remember to smile. Receiving a breath. I see Wonder Woman there. And then engage the core as we come back to center. Let's bring the feet out in front. Bring the chest forward, open up to the chest. Now we're going to walk down the back of the legs nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time, coming the whole way down to the mat. Let's open those arms out at a slight angle. Let the palms open up. Let the feet stay together and open those knees out to either side. Like a double tree. Bottoms of the feet together. Feeling everything opening. In through the nose. And out through the nose. Expanding the back of the throat, the Ujjayi breath. And then bring the knees together. Feet up width apart. If you have a block, we're going to do some bridge. Where those knees are hip width apart, you put the block in there. Everyone's different. Some hips might be narrower. Some might be wider. So find the one that's right for you. You can walk the feet back towards your hips, arms down along our sides, anchoring ourselves. You can roll the shoulders underneath. We're going to first start with some pelvic tilts. Breathing in, tilt the tailbone down. Creating that arch underneath our spine, lifting the belly. And then exhale, just a pelvic tilt. We're not lifting the hips. Pull the belly into the spine, spine to the mat. Tipping the chin up, opening the throat. Breathing in, as we tip it down, tuck the chin into the chest. And then exhale, as we open the throat, we pull the belly into the spine, spine to the mat. Don't drop the block. Breathing in, tipping the tailbone down, creating that arch, tucking the chin. And then bring everything back to center. Now, some bridge. Breathing in, pelvic tilt, lifting the hips, the spine, and the chest. Don't drop the block. Exhale as we come back down, nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time. We'll be stretching those knees out too. Breathing in, pelvic tilt, lift the hips, the spine, and the chest. Maybe a little bit deeper. Exhale as we come back down, nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time. Again, breathing in, pelvic floor, hips, spine, chest. A little bit deeper. Exhale as we come back down, nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time. We're going to do one more and deepen it and hold it. So if you need to adjust the feet or the shoulders, go ahead. Breathing in, lifting the hips, the spine, and the chest. We're going to hold it here. Interlock our fingers underneath our tailbone. Use your arms as a brace. Bring those hips up a little bit higher. Receive a breath. Now release the hands, press to the palms as we slowly, slowly come back down. Nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Once our pelvis is neutral, bring the knees in. Remove the block. Wrap your arms around your shins, come into a little ball, lifting the tailbone, lifting the chest, lifting the shoulders. Bring the chin to those knees. So you're going to breath, coming the whole way back down with the upper body, bringing the legs straight up to the sky. Walk the hands in between the legs and open them out like a V. Feel that opening. Always feel things crackling there, kind of opening up. So we're pointing our feet towards the corners of the room as we point and flex, pressing the heels, and point, and flex, and point, and flex. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together. Let's reach our hands around the feet so the thumbs are on the bottoms of the feet and the fingers are on the tops. And it's going to be like we're prying, like we're opening a book. So we're going to press the thighs forward, press the knees forward. Keep at some part of the ball of the foot connected as we open the bottoms of the feet towards us. The heels may come apart, that's fine. And then tipping the chin, opening the throat. As we breathe in and then bringing everything together and bringing the feet to the mat. Knees bent. Extend the right leg, point the toes, sweep that right leg up. Walk the hands up behind the leg as we gently pull it back. Gently pull it back. Point the toes and flex. And point. And flex. And point. And flex. Bring that leg across the top of that left thigh. Little thread the needle, receive a breath. On the exhale, lift upper and lower body. Bring your right arm in between your legs, interlock your fingers behind your left hamstring, and bring everything together. Again, lifting the shoulders, lifting the tailbone, shin to chin. Receive a breath, and on the exhale, bringing everything back down. Still hugging the legs, pressing the tailbone down, pressing the shoulders down, and pulling the legs in towards you. Getting a deeper hamstring. Receiving a breath. And then gently bringing both hands to the outside of that right knee, and on the exhale, bring the knee over to the center of the chest. And we're going to do that little twist. So either we can continue to cross the right leg over the left, bring both arms out to either side. If this is too much with the spinal twist, you can uncross, knees and tabletop, and then bring both legs over. Receive a breath. And if you want to hook the foot around the bottom of that, the left foot around or right foot around the bottom of that left lower leg, go ahead. Receive a breath, and then on the exhale, just gently bring the knees and the legs over to the left. Again, if that's too much, unwind, come back into your basic spinal twist. Really letting the head fall to the right, keeping the right shoulder down. Another breath in, gently coming back to center, unwinding, bringing both feet to the mat. Extend that left leg, point the toes, sweep the left leg up, walk the hands up behind the leg, gently pulling it back. Point the toes, and flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex. Lift and lengthen. Bring that leg across the top of that right thigh. Receive a breath. On the exhale, lift upper and lower body. Bring your left arm in between the legs, interlock your fingers behind your right hamstring, and come into a little ball, bringing the chin to the shin. Receive a breath. On the exhale, letting everything come back down. Upper body, lower body, and then hugging the legs in. Feeling that deeper hamstring. That left side. Receive a breath. On the exhale, bring both hands to the outside of that left thigh, left knee, and then gently bring it over to the center of the chest. You can continue to cross that left leg over the right, even wrap it around that lower leg if you like, arms out to either side, or uncross, come into 90 degrees. Receive a breath, and on the exhale, continue to bring the knees and legs over to the right, keeping that left shoulder down. Maybe letting your head turn to the left. So if you've crossed everything, you're all wound up, and you said this feels uncomfortable and painful, please uncross. And just come into a basic spinal twist. Receiving a breath. Letting everything release, engage the core, bring everything back to center. Unwinding. We're coming into Shavasana. I'm going to do a little sound immersion here. So we'll have about 15 minutes, 10 minutes of sound, and then we'll come back. So get yourself comfortable. If you want to cover yourself with a blanket or something, please do so. If you want to put pillows anywhere, or maybe blocks to support yourself, you can be in corpse pose. Heels together, legs extended, let the feet naturally open to either side, arms out at 45 degrees with your palms open. You can bend the knees. You can put the block underneath your hips. You can come against the wall and let your legs hang up against the wall. That feels really nice to release tension, the lower back, and then you're supported. So you'd want to slide your mat to the wall. If you need some water, go ahead. Get yourself comfortable. As we breathe in through the nose, and out through the nose, expanding the back of the throat, the Ujjayi breath. We're going to come back to that sandy beach, closing our eyes. Those ocean waves flowing in and out, up and down our body, nourishing with each inhale, clearing and cleansing with each exhale. Just like when we are on the beach with each wave that flows up and down. Feel our body start to sink into the earth a little bit deeper, into the sand, feeling those roots, noticing each root. Maybe there's roots up and down your spine, anchoring ourselves in. keeping your eyes closed. We can start wiggling our fingers and toes, moving our hands and feet, bringing awareness to our bodies, to this space, the sound of our breath, the beat of our heart, the earth underneath us. Gently rolling onto one side or the other. Listen to where our body wants to be. And then see where you've gone. The right side opens the left nostril for a more calming day, calming effects on our systems. It actually interacts with the feminine side of the brain. Crosses, so it's the right side of the brain. And then if you rolled onto your left side, your body was wanting to be a little more activated as it opened the right nostril, relating to the masculine side of the brain. So let's let ourselves stay here for a breath or two or three in this cocoon, in the fetal position, being held by Mother Earth, in the belly of Mother Earth. Letting all our worries fall away. Gently, in your own time, slowly start to come back to seated. Or you have the option of staying right where you are, as long as you like. No one knows what you're doing. One hand at a time, one vertebrae at a time. We are going to do a little sound though, a little toning, so it would be very beneficial if you can get up. Keeping the eyes closed, and very gently, instead of winging ourselves forward, come from that side position. Feel the earth underneath you with each palm that you press as you walk yourself up. Let the earth support your journey, your flow, your movements. Once we're seated, let's bring our palms together, hands to heart center. Sit up nice and tall, let the shoulders sink down, tucking the chin. Feel the back of the neck lengthening. Press the pelvic floor into the mat. Our eyes are still closed, noticing this alignment between heaven and earth, and our bodies with each other. Feeling that anchoring in, that rootedness, that connectedness. Thumbs connecting with the heart space. In through the nose and out through the nose. We're going to do those tones, that ah. Oh, we're not doing that yet. First, we're going to just center in. We're going to do a hum first. So we're going to do our tapping. So this is just really nice to just anchor in and feel this breath flowing through our bodies, this prana, life force energy. Feel it flow the whole way up and down our spine. It might be a little clearer now as we've let go of some blocks and opened up some pathways. Hear those ocean waves in the back of your throat, flowing up and down the body. Exaggerate them if you need to. Listen to them. Feel them. So first we're going to do a hum. We're going to breathe in through the nose, and then we're going to hum it out like, hmm. So we're going to do that 3 times. We'll start together. So 3 full cycles. Let's start in through the nose. Eyes are still closed. Let the shoulders relax. Let's sit up nice and tall and let's feel this for this extra opening breath. Just feel anything that's transitioning, transforming within us. Anything that's letting go. We're going to start to rub our palms together, creating heat and warmth in our palms. Once they're nice and warm, gently place them over our eyes, allowing our eyes to flutter open, getting used to the light as we lightly tap back and forth across our forehead over to our temples. Very lightly rubbing little circles. Open our mouth, let our jaw relax, our face relax, and our mind release. And gently let go and unwind and unfurl. Lightly tapping across our eyebrows to these 2 little indents at the inside of each eyebrow, our sinus pressure points. Press in here, breathe in real deep through the nose. And on the exhale, tap lightly down the outside of the nose, across the tops of the cheekbones, back and forth, lightly down the cheeks, down to the chin, lightly down the throat, down to the breastbone where our thymus gland lies, our immunity balancer, tapping here. Let's tap a little harder this time. Get that immune system going. Maybe using our fists. We're not going to hurt ourselves. We're going to help ourselves. As we get older, our thymus gland actually shrinks. So we're keeping it nice and healthy and activated here, stimulating it. All right. Lighten the tapping now with the fingers. We're going to stay here, rubbing little circles. Nice little circles. Now from here, we're going to do our tones for the heart. Ah. So don't be shy. 3 times, 3 different tones, however the tone you want it to be. Sit up tall. First, opening, expanding the heart. Let's receive a breath in together. Next one, we're going to send that love out through our root systems, every single root system, connecting with Mother Earth, connecting with each one of us here, connecting with the trees, with the rocks, with the birds and the bees and the planet and the universe. Another breath in. And last but not least, remembering to honor and nourish and love ourselves unconditionally, no matter what. Let's receive the love, receive gratitude for who we are, what we do, and for being here, and receive another breath. Together, hands to heart center. I honor the place in you in which the whole universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love and truth and light and peace. When you are in that place in you and I'm in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Remember, if you're feeling stressed, anxiety, a little depressed or a little buggy, you don't know what to do, to help ground, go outside. Even if it's a crappy day, you can stay inside. Do some of that humming, some of that toning, And then see how you feel afterwards. It brings a state of grounding and peace and calm to our whole systems. So even if you just have a few minutes, if you're chasing kids around or animals or whatever you're doing, give yourself that space and connect. And thank you for being here. Namaste. Good to see you guys. Bye.